2 more days to Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. 2 more days to Halloween, Silver Shamrock. Does that jingle sound familiar to anybody out there? It will by the time you get done watching this film, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. And I like the tagline on there, "The night no one comes home," which is a takeoff on the other films. Halloween, the first one, the classic, had the tag on "The night he came home" was the tag on there. Then the second one, Halloween 2, said "More of the night he came home." And by the time you get to Halloween 3, "The night no one comes home." Well, this film was the film I chose to watch on Halloween this year. And it was perfect timing. It actually arrived, along with some other movies, 10:30 in the morning at my door because I had ordered it, and it was perfect timing to get into the season with this. Now, Halloween 3 is a film that I'm not really familiar with. I mean, I know what it was going into it. I've seen it, but it's been many, many years since I've seen it. I mean, so many years ago that it was almost like going into this one fresh this time for the first time. So not really a first-time viewing, but for all intents and purposes, it was like a first-time viewing. And you all know by now, a lot of people follow the Halloween series with Michael Myers. Part 3 is really a thorn in the side of many fans because Michael Myers does not appear in Halloween 3. And that's okay. At the time when these movies came out, the idea was the first Halloween was a big success with Michael Myers as the villain, so they made Halloween 2. And then in Halloween 2, they killed, quote, Michael. So that was the end of Michael Myers. So where are they going to go from there? Well, back in those days, I guess they weren't going to make tons of sequels. So what they did was they decided to try a whole different approach. Every year, the idea was to kind of come out with a new Halloween story. It didn't matter what it was about. The idea was that it was going to be a different story every year for Halloween. So they started out with this idea that they'll do a new story called Season of the Witch. Kind of like anthology films do, different chapters, different stories. And people wanted Michael Myers back after Halloween 3, so he returned. The problem that a lot of people have, as I say, that Michael isn't in this movie, but I think that spoils the movie for a lot of people. I really wish they just called this movie Season of the Witch. They should have just called it Season of the Witch, or I don't know, Season of the Witch, a Halloween story. Something different, because it throws people off with Halloween 3. But anyway, now that I've gotten that out of the way, how do I feel about this movie, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch? It delivers, I enjoy this movie. And what I like best about it is the leading actor in here is really the whole movie. I mean, Tom Atkins. Tom Atkins is really good in this film. And what I like about him as the hero of the piece is that it's not a typical young stud. This is not some 18, 20, 21-year-old, GQ model. This is just an old guy. And I looked at some information I looked up with some research, and I found out I think Tom Atkins was probably 46 years old, around there, when he had shot this film. So you're talking about something that's different. Right there, it's a kind of a bold move, instead of having the latest high school sweetheart being the main guy in here. And he's just really good. He gives it his all. He really tries. He's trying to foil a plot that he discovers slowly is underfoot. There's something going on here by a mysterious older, anyway, in the 60s, businessman named Cochran. And this guy Cochran is played by Dan O'Herlihy, and he is really superb. He plays it really in a sinister, creepy way. He tries to be charming, tries to be really appealing to people, but underneath, he's really a rat underneath it all. And he's out of his mind, too. And he's got a plan, something he wants to execute on Halloween evening that is going to, and here goes the spoilers for people, but that's what this is going to be. On Halloween evening, he plans to murder the world's children. Or, if not the world's children, at least the children in the USA. And how is he going to do that? Well, he has a plan because he owns and manufactures masks, Halloween masks. He owns a huge warehouse. He's a huge businessman, and he mass produces big rubber Halloween masks. And these masks, which surprised me, one of the things that kind of like, I think was wrong in the film, there were only like 3 or 4 styles of mask to appeal to children. One of them is a jack-o'-lantern, an orange jack-o'-lantern mask. Another one is, I think, a skull, white skull mask. Another one is a wicked witch for the ladies. I guess you could be a witch with the green witch face. Maybe there's one other one. I don't know, 3 or 4 masks. That's not a lot of styles for kids to choose from, but nevertheless, these masks seem to be very, very appealing around the Halloween season. And the idea is to sell these masks to kids. And the way to do that is there's this relentless commercial, this jingle that comes on the television. Everywhere everybody turns in this movie, it's like a commercial that never stops, kind of a lot like the drug commercials we got today. Everywhere you go, they're talking about some kind of drug, right? Well, all you get is this jingle, how many days there are to Halloween. And they count them down. 6 more days to Halloween, 5 more days to Halloween, 2 more days, 1 more day. Today is Halloween. And everywhere you go on the radio and television, the kids are hearing this, and it becomes embedded in your mind, a really catchy tune and jingle to the tune of London Bridge is Falling Down. And the kids become really into it. You know how it is. Every kid wants one of these masks, so everybody's got to have a mask. Now, they're selling these masks by the thousands or, millions, I don't know, but they're selling these big time, really big business. But in this mask, what we come to discover is there's a chip, some kind of an electronic device that's in the back of the mask. And here's spoilers time again. On a certain time, there's going to be a signal that's going to be put out on Halloween evening on the television. And this guy Cochran, this creep, he has a way to entice these kids to all put on their Halloween masks when the proper time comes, 9 p.m., 9 o'clock p.m., or whatever time, on Halloween evening. There's going to be a big giveaway. There's going to be a contest or a big giveaway. Sit in front of the television set. Watch the TV set. At that time, there's going to be an image flashed, kind of a hypnotic type of image that's going to trigger off this device. And what it does is it's going to have the kid's head expand and ooze and goo and all kinds of stuff come out and kill the kids. That's what he wants to do. And what I don't understand is, along with the oozing and the bleeding and the gobs that come out, there are also, for some reason, tons of bugs that come out, including snakes as well. Bugs and snakes also emerge from the mask and go around, slither about, and bite anybody in the vicinity, their parents, grandparents, the mailman. I mean, anybody that's around. So I get the bit about you can't look for too much logic in these movies. I understand the idea that maybe a device like that will trigger something that could explode their heads or, reduce their heads to oozing liquid. I don't understand where the bugs come from, the bugs and the snakes, but hey, this is a horror movie. You let reality go. Anyway, it's a creepy idea. It's a sick idea, and I love it. I think it really works well. It's not a perfect movie. There's a lot of things in here, like I said, that don't make sense. It's not 100% gripping. You're not sitting there glued to the screen for the duration of the film, which is like an hour and 30-something minutes. But yet you're kind of invested. You want to see what's going on. You want to see, you're with this guy, Tom Atkins, who also teams up with a partner. There's a young woman, a woman whose father was killed during the process of this. And I can't see her name here. I can't read it, I should say. But anyway, she's a lot younger than Tom Atkins. She's like in her 20s. So she's young enough to be the Tom Atkins character's daughter, really, but yet they go together, and of course they have to share a hotel room together here and there, and one thing leads to another, and all I could say is hooray for Tom Atkins, But anyhow, this is a thoroughly enjoyable movie, but it's not a classic or anything, but it certainly fits the bill for an early 80s kind of movie. It's kind of what you want out of the early 80s. I don't know, also I should say, I don't know what's going on with robots. For some reason, all the henchmen that this guy Cochran has, they're made up of robots. They're lifelike robots. You can't tell they look like real people. I don't know why he has got to have robots manufactured to do his work, but nevertheless, That's something that's kind of stupid. But hey, it delivers, you know? So anyway, on a scale of 4 stars for me, 1 to 4 stars, I give Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, 3 stars.